Sherry Norquay, and today we're going to make soap together. I've read every book there was on soap making at least 3 times before I had the courage to make soap, and I actually didn't gather up the courage to make soap until I met someone who was a soap maker. She invited me to her house, and once I saw her making soap, I realized I could make soap for myself. So today we're going to make soap together. Specifically, we're going to make goat milk soap, but this whole soap making process is the same no matter what kind of soap you're going to make. So even if you'd like to make something that's not a milk soap, this entire process will work for you. And as we walk through the entire process together, you'll see how simple it is to make homemade soap for yourself. We're going to start with goat milk soap, and I'm going to show you 3 different ways to make it. The first way that we're going to make it will be with goat milk powder, but I will also show you how to use canned goat milk and also fresh goat milk. So to get started, I'm going to show you the supplies that you're going to need. And we're going to need our oats and a blender, a scale, and a sifter. We're also going to need the goat milk powder or fresh goat's milk if you choose to do that. Our fragrance, we're going to need a nice stainless steel pot. We're also going to need, I use plastic bowls for doing my measuring on my scale, but I never mix in anything other than stainless steel or glass. So I also have a tempered glass large measuring bowl, and then a couple of thermometers and a few scooper type of things for getting the oils into your measuring containers. We're going to use a stick blender because that will make the whole process go much faster. And then also the all-important vinegar. This will be necessary in case you have any spills or any kinds of splashes. This will help neutralize, because the lye that you're working with is caustic and they do make chemical burns, and if you do get lye on your skin, you're going to need to neutralize it right away with vinegar. I'm also going to quickly talk about the mold. One of the unanswered questions I had when I first started making soap was, okay, I have a recipe, but I have no clue how many bars of soap it's going to make, or what I'm going to put it in to create the bars of soap. And so hopefully I'm taking some of the guesswork out of making soap for you by giving you the pattern for making this mold. This mold is actually a little deeper than it needs to be, but this was one of the first molds I put together, and it wasn't necessary to take it apart and cut it down. So the pattern that you have will be just a little bit shorter, but what we're looking for is this inside dimension, because as you pour your soap in and it saponifies and we take it back out and cut it, we're going to cut this into 32 4-ounce bars. This has a door that opens, and the reason for that is as you put the soap in and you need to lift it out, if you didn't have a door or some form of way of breaking the suction, it'd be very difficult to pull the soap out of this mold. So originally, and I think on the other mold that you're going to see later, you don't need to have a handle, but it's convenient. I just taped the other door shut. I do know that there are some people, I've seen molds where they put a couple of holes in the bottom, and that will help with that suction problem. I don't do it though, because I have had some soap leak through my freezer paper that I line in here, and I would never want the soap to leak out through those holes. So that's what we're going to use for our molds.